tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
To hair and braids. What if we put it in 2 braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave on the flowers sticking together and then what if we did this? Oh,
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may. And he goes over.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Save your body, Constitution, saving throw. Yes, you. I'm gonna fight you.
He's sort of you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're Dr.
Robot. Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one.
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
And I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's the
that's
issue.
way more people.
It is. It's
To
a
hate.
lot, like actual human beings.
Were you gonna?
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me. Or I will fail. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like...
I am fairly certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline. You have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some kind of...
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to close out. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find your family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our heart. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to wander in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question, I hope to not blunder. The question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you guys. Indigo Connect.
Is it rhinoceros or rhinoceri?
Hello, everybody. I'm pretty sure it's Rhinoceri. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is a new night of D&D for us. Due to Halloween shenanigans and things of that sort, we are coming to you live on a Wednesday as we report back to the Lost Isle as we continue the Salem arc of this campaign. We have a few announcements before we get started. You are always welcome to come and hang out with us on our Discord. We have an amazing Discord full of brand new channels. We're also going to do some cool stuff coming down the pipeline, including in November, a brand new play-by-post that requires no role-playing experience whatsoever. It's going to be set in the wild, weird West. I got another character submission today that makes me very excited for this to open. So yeah, come and hang out with us on the Discord. We also have a merch store where you can support the channel by buying cool merch that has our buddy Karma, our logo, our mascot, on T-shirts and shower curtains and prints and mugs and all sorts of cool stuff. I have a nifty water bottle. So it helps the channel and it helps us keep the lights on. We also have some very unique digital merchandise. You can buy digital goods for your Twitch avatars. Tonight's item in Dimitri's store is a very special surfboard that has gone live this evening with what I believe to be the graphic on the surfboard when he is not in wolf form. So be sure to snatch that up as I have disabled Wolfgren from being able to buy it.
I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, maybe I didn't make it go live. Hang on. We have.
Oh, there it is.
So we have that. No, you can get it. It's fine. We have the special digital store. We've got lots of exciting things coming up on the channel. Tomorrow night is Halloween. Go trick or treat. Go have fun. Enjoy yourselves. We are not doing anything because we also want candy. That's just the pure and simple matter of it. We also want candy. So we're going to go out and trick or treat. On Friday, we're going to Neverland, another campaign that we have here on the channel set in Never. The group is staging a rescue mission to rescue one of the elementals that was snatched from their grasp by the evil mind flayer / pirate overlord that is Davy Jones. Davy Jones snatched this elemental from one of our heroes, and our heroes has now gone what I'm calling full John Wick on them, and are chasing them, and going to try to convince the group to chase them to the ends of the earth and back. So tune in on Friday to see how much traction they're able to get on that. Saturday, we don't have anything going on, but there might be something going on another channel. Icky V, do we have shows this weekend?
I do not have shows this weekend. I will be doing monster movie makeup downtown for a film festival. So I might be doing some handheld live streaming from that and some other fun things. But it's a 3K film festival. They're filming downtown in my city, and we have no idea what our genre is, but we always turn it into a monster movie of some kind.
Okay.
So I'm going to be, knee deep in liquid latex and cotton balls, and I'm so excited.
Fingers crossed for musical.
Oh.
Holding out hope. We'll be sure. Maybe we can post some pictures. You can share some pictures at
Absolutely,
least.
I will
Okay,
share.
awesome. But stay tuned to the Discord. We'll send you guys over, and we'll find some great D&D going on this weekend. Somewhere. Does anybody else have anything they want to plug? Anything coming up? Hashtag scary makeup. Wolfgren just snagged. Wolfgren just snagged a Wolfgren from the live exchange. That makes me very happy. Hi, Hellspawn. Hashtag scary makeup. I think that's it when it comes to announcements for this week. We will be back at our regularly scheduled date, Thursday next week. If we continue the Salem arc. If not, we will have what I call an interlude, an island interlude, where we all just listen to Jimmy Buffett music and enjoy our time on the island. And then before we set off on our next adventure, which we will talk about soon, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the Titanic, because I really want that. Let's see. Where we left off on the Lost Isle. The Lost Isle, the last episode was a very lore-heavy episode of the Lost Isle. We established some of the makeup of the island itself. We were introduced to individuals around the island, including Mordru, who is sort of the security in charge of maintaining peace on this island full of people. We met a beholder who was very sweet and gentle and was in charge of the artisans district. We met a mage in charge of the sort of wizards guild there, and we also met our other party member, our sixth party member, William, who is a devilishly handsome DM who has joined the group in order to help lead them on the right track. William has been unfortunately saddled with a evil alignment because his previous party of adventurers TPK'd. You see, here on the Lost Isle, heroes that once played Dungeons & Dragons find that they are awakening to a brand new world where their powers and the players that they played in their games of D&D, they suddenly take on those avatars and find themselves in a mystical, magical world. Not only that, but this group of heroes finds themselves on an island that travels throughout the rivers of time as they find themselves in different places, righting the wrongs of the past. They are able to do this with the help of a mystical sword that Kiara has found that is rumored to be Excalibur, which allows them to effect positive change and perhaps negative change, we don't know, within the timeline. The group finds themselves in Salem, Massachusetts, where Jay has convinced the people of Salem, Massachusetts, that he is Father Mayhew. and has been sent by the church to bring enlightenment to the group. Father Mayhew was led by a woman that they rescued that was being set up to be burned at the stake. And as they lead her away from this area, the last thing that I remember is this woman casting Charm Person on Jay, masquerading as Father Mayhew. And they are about to walk out of the small woodshed that they were currently located in for parts unknown. So, Jay, you leave this small wooden room. As you leave this room, the woman who led you inside stays behind you and whispers to you, "Find an excuse to go into the woods." As the door to the shed opens, who is waiting outside? Turk,
Me.
William, Kiara, Cass, are you there?
I think everyone.
Cass and Crystal, you all see Jay walk out of the small wood shed, and the woman that was with him is still behind him. She is no longer tied up, and her head is still down in a very subservient sort of manner.
Okay, so I'm caught up by this point.
Yep.
Okay.
Our new friend here says that she needed to show us something in the woods.
All right.
After you, my dear.
Name.
And I'll motion for her to lead.
Weren't we supposed to go with the guy?
We'll deal with that in a minute. This is more important.
Okay.
I think there's still a group leading their way over towards where the governor's mansion was, since you sort of announced, like, we are going to them to bring them. And so they're all sort of waiting, but you all cut to the left away from civilization and start making your way into the woods. I need a marching order, please, because nothing bad ever happens from being led into the woods.
I would definitely be following the girl.
Okay.
First.
I imagine I would probably step one or two steps ahead, just kind of looking around, actually looking for Wolf Garen at the moment.
Turk, you are there in the woods, and are you whistling? Are you calling for Wolf Garen?
Nope, just kind of looking right now.
Just keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
William, you said you're pretty close too, so you want to be walking.
I'm at the.
You're at the very end. Clean up. Okay.
All right, I'll stay towards the end. I'll be right in front of him.
Crystal is there.
I would be behind Jake.
Behind Jay.
Jay, sorry, my bad.
Jay, Kiara, Turk, and then Cass. What about you?
Probably Mash somewhere towards the end, but not at the very end.
Okay. So my order is Jay with this girl, Kiara, Turk, Cass, Crystal, and William.
Sounds good.
You begin to walk into the woods. There doesn't seem to be any sort of pattern to the way that this woman is currently leading Jay into the woods. There's no trail markers or anything of that sort. She doesn't look down towards the ground. She just seems to climb further and further. You find your way through these bushes and begin to travel for about 5 minutes with no signs of stopping. Then you go a little bit further to about a 10-minute walk.
So, where are we heading, miss?
We are going to my people.
And how much farther is it to your people?
It is not far.
And how many of your people are here?
Enough. You begin to walk further into the woods.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Go ahead, William. Give me an insight check.
All right, so that's a 16 on the die.
Okay.
Plus 9.
William, I will go ahead, since I can't come over and whisper in your ear, which was my biggest sadness right now at the moment, that I can't come and whisper in your ear. I know, buddy. Instead, I'm going to private message you what you incite from this individual. as you begin to go further into the woods. That 10-minute mark where she said you're not too far away, she does begin to slow down at this point. She's looking very carefully at where she steps. Making sure to not step on certain patches of grass and roots that seem to jut out from the ground. Who here is proficient in Arcana? No? Hi, GM Cross. As you pass a certain part in a tree, she walks past it. If any of you are proficient in Arcana, I would let you make an Arcana check. But if you are not, I will say that you all notice the small carved sigil in one of the trees as she walks past it.
Okay. What? I mean, if we're not, what does it look like? I mean, if we're not able to identify it, like, just what does...
Sure. I will say this. The mark itself looks somewhat innocuous. It looks like geometric shapes arranged in an odd pattern. I will describe it as such. Two parallel lines. In the middle of the parallel lines is a triangle. Okay? With the parallel lines sort of touching the bottom parts of the triangle. I'm going to try to take a picture of it for you. It looks like something like this. I'm going to see if I can even hold it up to the camera. Do you see that? Two parallel lines, little triangle, and a circle around them.
It's like a pyramid through a field goal with a circle around it.
Yes.
Like an arrow pointing this way?
Like an arrow pointing this way. It could be interpreted as such.
Does she make any note of it as she passes?
She definitely looks at it. She doesn't seem to touch it.
Although I wouldn't notice that because I'm towards the back.
The arrow, as you all pass, if you make note of it and one of you spreads the word, the arrow does not point where you are headed. The arrow points back towards civilization.
I'm going to start keeping an eye out on any other kind of trees that we pass for any other similar markings or markings that look in the same style or made by the same people.
Okay, absolutely. You make your journey through the woods. It's a couple more minutes past this mark, and you come to a small clearing. This clearing is in the middle of a forested area. There is a small pond that's next to the clearing, and it looks to be rudimentary benches and a smoldering campfire. The campfire looks like it was recently put out. She sits down in this circular glade on one of the stools and says, "They will be back soon. We just have to wait."
Sounds good to me. And I sit down in the stool next to her.
Yeah. Jay's very happy to sit down next to her.
Where did they go?
Perception checks. Yeah, perception checks abound.
Anybody else rolling?
I'm going to roll. Yes.
24 on perception.
12 for me.
19.
15.
All right. Turk and Kiara. I will say with those high perception checks, as you sit down in this glade and she says, "The people are not here. They've left for a portion of time." You start hearing the sounds of coughs, slight sounds of movement off on the outer edges of this clearing. The people that were here have left, but they have not left and gone too far. They are actually right on the edges of the civilization.
So why do you not have them come in and join us as they are here?
Do you say that, Turk?
I say that to her.
She will look at you with a bit of a guard and whistle. As she...
While she works?
Figures will start to pour out of the tree line. First, it starts with a few. They look humanoid upon first appearance. You notice that some of them have particularly long ears that you can identify as elves or elven folk. After the 3 or 4 elves walk into the clearing, a few dryads step out of the trees themselves, joining the elves. After a bit of time, there is a come on, and a few children join the group. The children have dark skin, they are winged, and they have tails. You could easily identify them as tieflings.
Are we set? Do I sense any animosity?
Right now, everyone has eyes on the group. It's a bit of a stare down. You notice that some of the elves that came out of the clearing, there's a few men in the group that are interposing themselves in between the group, and it looks like the children are being held back the furthest from you.
I'm going to go ahead and raise my hands up, showing that they're empty. Please, we did not mean to disturb. We're here to talk.
Your clothing would suggest otherwise.
And actually, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and rip off my disguise. I'm going to peel off my skin.
Okay. God, I love this game. Turk peels off his skin, revealing his features to the group, and as he does, there is a bit of a gasp from the people, and the children start hurriedly whispering to one another and sort of like pointing and laughing at you. But at this removal of this illusory magic, there is a breath and a bit of a sigh as the woman sitting next to Jay turns to him and says, "Are you all like this?"
Yeah, and I'll scratch a little bit at my arm, revealing my green skin.
She will dismiss charm person. I am so sorry. I did not know.
Were we just in the shed?
We were just in the shed together. However, I charmed you. I was unsure of your intentions, and I wanted to make sure.
My lady, I don't know that we've been introduced properly.
My
name is Turk.
Yes. I am Lady Ilana.
Lady Ilana, it is indeed a pleasure. May I? And I put my hand up to my mouth and give a loud wolf call.
There is a running through the woods that you can hear, and it's odd because the running sounds almost like the crashing of waves. But as the wolf makes his way through the clearing, he comes to a halt, making his way towards Turk, to Turk's hand, which is already outstretched like this, and bringing his head up underneath Turk's hand. We are of the Fae. Some of us refugees, some of us living here for long periods of time. And we are starting to believe that this may not be the right place for us to stay.
Well, we are of a different time and place. We are actually sent here to protect you. Bring you back with us if you'd like.
Really? You offer safe haven?
I believe so. I think that's what it was, and I'll look to the group for confirmation.
Safe haven
Seems
could
right.
be offered to all.
I am.
Is it something William would be familiar with? A process?
William, you're unaware. You're aware of a political asylum. You're aware that if people are outplaced from time and don't make the choice and seek asylum, they are not allowed to leave the island. Like, they are there. There is room for all. The island always seems to accommodate, but they are not permitted to leave anymore. Like, they are there. They will find a home in the society.
I'll explain that to the team first, and then if they want to share that, they can. It's up to you guys.
That seems a lot not like Asylum.
We cannot leave. We cannot leave while the heart of us still resides here in Salem.
The heart of you?
The governor. He holds our heart. It is the thing that connects us to the earth. It is an item of great power. Are you familiar with the governor?
Only what we've heard.
I've heard stories, and I'll happily bring you his heart.
She looks over at Cass and gives her a small wink and says, "That will not be necessary. Our heart is a physical item. It is a small jewel that we use to store the memories of those that have passed from this world to the next. A seed, if you will. The seed contains within it the memories of all those that have passed on from this world to go to the next. We thought it lost in a shipwreck, but the governor is apparently a bit of a treasure hunter and has unknowingly found it."
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And turn to Wolfgaren and say, "Hey, buddy, could you do a roundabout, see if we were followed at all? Maybe go back. You can keep yourself hidden. Would you mind doing that for us? And then come back and let me know."
Yes.
Good call.
Thank you.
Do you want to know about the shadow beast following you?
That would be wonderful to know about.
All right. There is a shadow beast following you.
And what do you make of it?
He is made of shadow. He has stayed on the outskirts. He seems to be hunting you, staying off in the shadow.
Which direction is he in right now?
Wolfgarin will turn towards the woods, and as he does, he will sniff the air a bit and look directly behind where Crystal is, over her left shoulder, past the clearing into the woods.
I'm actually going to nonchalantly turn and look in that same direction over her shoulder.
Give me
see if I can see anything.
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, please.
Oh, that was a 20.
All right.
And a 6. Plus 7, that'll be 13.
Perfect. Wolf, did you ever go camping as a kid?
Oh, yes.
Did you ever have to make that walk to the car?
Oh, yes.
Where it's late at night and you did have a flashlight.
You don't want to have to do the walk.
And you don't want to have to do the walk. And there's something off in the bushes. And it's probably a raccoon, and you're probably fine. As you turn and look towards the woods, you stare at the spot for a little bit, not expecting anything to be there. It's just greenery and things of that sort, until you swear you see a part of the greenery lower. Almost as if it was up on all fours, and then it just goes like this.
Just under my breath, I say, "We've got company." Not super loud, but hopefully loud enough that Grang could hear and anybody else is standing within 5-10 feet of me.
Would you say it loud enough so that the lady would hear it?
She's, I'm assuming, sitting next to Grang still, so yes, she would be within.
She turns to look at you all and says, "I am so sorry. We did not know that you were on the way. We had no choice. That is the collection of all of our memories. We had no choice. We summoned something.
And what do we do with what was summoned?
We summoned the darkness to, at nightfall, lay the town to waste.
Can you get rid of the dark? Send it away?
We are not powerful. The oaths have already been made. The symbols have been placed all over the wood, directing the creature back towards the town center.
I think Cass is going to know better, but still ask, at what level?
At what level?
Yeah, what's your, like, if you're it's a low, no? No, never mind.
It is high magic, but it was a last resort. We need that heart back.
If we can retrieve the heart, can you disperse the darkness?
Yes. I suppose we could work on that using the power of the heart. How many of you are magically inclined?
I have some small skill, and you're on mute.
Crystal is muted.
She was saying something.
She was. It was so impassioned.
I can end some spells. I mean, my powers aren't strong, but I might be able to help.
That would give you some time to make your way back to the mansion unharassed. I will lead you to the nearest symbol. I believe that some of you saw it on your way in. By dispelling it, it will expand the field a bit, allowing you time to get to the governor's mansion. But it will not harm you if you have access to magic. But if you are not magically inclined, if you are not connected to the Fey realm in some way, then I cannot help you until I have the heart.
I think
Can you bestow a blessing upon us to make us of the Fae?
No.
Cool.
No.
Cool. No doubt. Cool.
No. But perhaps I could do it to the town. There's a fairy circle built around the town. That's the symbols that you saw. If I had access to the heart, if you were unable to slay this beast, which I'm sure that you will not be able to, it is your choice. We can either take the heart and run and try to dispel the beast, or we can grant some of our power to the entire remnants of the town.
We can't change the future.
The future?
I should probably get some water.
It is up to you. I can do my best to dispel this beast, or I can assist the people of this town in a small way, granting them a small connection to the people of the Fae.
What time is it now? I'm asking as a.
The sun is still up in the sky. If anyone has access to a watch of some sort,
Cell phone clock?
a cell phone clock. Sure, I'll say you pull out your cell phone clock, causing everyone to take a step backwards at the magical light up rectangle.
Wait, did the cell phone still work?
The clock would. There is no signal currently. You have access to some levels of Angry Bird right now, but other than that, like, you are just donezo.
Wait, I have something. Cell tower shield. That's as far as I got. Sorry.
It is 1:30 p.m.
And what's the sky look like compared to the time?
It is lit.
As the trees down.
The sun is out for this time of day. But you know, based on the season, based on your proximity to the ocean, and the time of year it is, that you don't know how long this sunlight is going to last.
This is your choice, guys. Either way.
I say we take out some of the spell as much as we can and go retrieve it, and that'll at least get them in a good direction, and maybe we can stop the beast without affecting the village more than we have to.
Who of us is not fey touched by whatever criteria she's using?
She has said that magic, if you have access to the magic, you have at least a minute experience with the Fey realm. If anybody wants to give me an intelligence roll here, she's speaking in broad terms. She's not understanding how things work. She's only understanding how things work on a limited scale.
I'm super good at intelligence. I have a -1. So
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's a 3.
A 3. You find a really shiny rock that you're convinced is a crystal, but it turns out it is just a shiny rock.
It was a 12 for me.
I got an 18.
18?
I have a +0, so.
Kiara, you're actually concerned because you realize that you and Crystal do have arcane abilities. With Crystal having innate sorceress abilities, you deriving your magic from the earth. You're not sure if Cass fits the bill here, because Cass's magic is divine in nature.
Right.
And William's definitely out. Jay's definitely out. Turk might come close with his connection to the natural world, but that's at least 3 of you that don't fit the bill here.
I'm going to turn to William and be like, do we have time for like a really quick multi-class situation?
Yeah, no.
Oh, well,
You
we'll give it
can
a
only
shot.
do those on level ups, and we're not close.
William, what do you know of this town?
William.
Waiting for.
William
Divine intervention, please.
William speaks in a voice that is both melodic and kind of sexy, and it's William outlines for you that the governor's mansion is located past. The town is not that big, first and foremost, but there is a large forested area that eventually, throughout time, the town builds upon and expands outward. The governor's mansion by Governor Phipps is not that large, but it is still the fanciest of the estates here in the area. Governor Phipps is known for being an amateur treasure hunter, and the limited research that you did, you know that at some point in his life, he is known for discovering the treasure associated with a shipwreck. And there were lots of odd items found in this particular shipwreck, and that is how he made his fortune. Which is so good, it has to be the truth, and it actually is. This governor of the area actually made his fortune by funding a shipwreck and killing a whole bunch of people that he sent diving in to get the stuff from the shipwreck, but coming out on top with the treasure and giving, I think, 35% of it back to England. And that was the trade-off, allowing him to get the treasure. You assume that the heart is one of these items found in the shipwreck.
If we were to find this heart, is there something that would let us know that it was the item we came for?
Upon touching it, you would sense the arcane energy. It is locked in a golden box, and she reaches into underneath her shirt, and as she does, she pulls out a small key. The key is on a very small sort of leather rope. The key looks innocuous and just appears to be a simple bronze key on this small leather rope, and she hands this to you and says, "Had you chosen to go a different path, you may not have had access to this. But the fates have led you to where we are. The earth has led you to where we are. I will lead you to the symbol. You can dispel the magic, and it will buy you some time. The creature, even destroyed, will rise again very soon and pursue. When the sun sets, there are none who will be safe except those touched by the Fae. Please forgive us. We had no other choice."
I don't like the choice, but I understand that you had to make it.
The governor knows who we are.
And what you are?
Yes, that is why he tried to burn me at the stake.
He's directly from England, then.
I believe so. Yes.
Real quick question: how much touching do you have to get with Faye to qualify?
A very minimal amount of touching.
Proposition the lady there?
It is a good.
No. Listen, I know 3 of my people here, I'm included, are not going to be protected. So I mean, like, is this something we could work on? Maybe I don't know. I'm just trying to protect my.
There's a barn over there.
There.
Wow.
She looks at you and she's like, "Would you like me to touch you, William?"
Lay on hands, kind of thing. I mean, we've done that before. We know how that works.
Tastes like Reese's.
Worst pickle one ever.
The process is a bit complicated, and you would be tied to the Fae for quite some time.
Like outside. Are we talking sailor's knots?
GM Cross, bad touch.
Oh man.
I can give you a I can give you a blessing. It should abate and or at least draw the creature away from you.
Yeah, I'm all for baiting.
Does anybody speak Sylvan?
I believe I do. Yes.
I speak Elvish?
I speak Elvish.
It's not the same thing.
No, you catch a little bit of side dialogue from this. Kiara, do you speak Sylvan?
No, I thought I did. I could have sworn that I did. I don't know why. There's 2 languages that I have that I have no idea why. I know Sylvan was there.
Okay, then you hear this. You hear, Sirthroth Kars Snifna Enwin. And 2 individual walk over from the group, and as they do, she places a hand on William's shoulder. A gentleman will undo his hood and place a hand on Turk's shoulder. And a small child that was part of the tiefling group that was hiding behind them will walk over and hold out a green hand towards you, Jay.
I will gingerly take the green hand.
Yes. There is a quiet moment of reflection, and you feel a warming energy enter your system. For the next hour, you cannot be charmed. You also cannot be put to sleep. Perception checks while in the forest will be made at advantage, too, if you do not have that ability already.
You're welcome.
They look considerably drained after this effort, as if they've granted you a bit of their grace. As that happens, she leads you back into the woods as the people huddle around the fire, starting it back up. You are led back to the arcane symbol, and she looks over towards where Crystal is.
All right. I touch the symbol, concentrating on.
She puts a hand up. You will not have much time. Make haste. Back to town. Do you understand?
Yes.
Before we would have gone, I would have just liked to druid craft a small hydrangea and give it to the child.
Which one? The small green one that's been hiding towards the back, or the winged one?
The green one who helped Jay.
Okay.
It's just a symbol of thank you.
Yeah, it's odd. As you walk over to the small child that sort of followed the group forward, he doesn't have human skin. He's humanoid, but his arms and that you can see in his face is made up of plant material. It's almost like leaves that have been woven together in fibrous material. It's the closest you've ever seen to anything remotely like plant human hybrid. Do you say anything?
I would in Sylvan thank you for helping my friends. And I offer you this, and it's just a thank you.
He will take the flower, and as he does, he places it against his face, and you see the flower like absorbed into him. And he sort of smiles, and as he does, he reaches two hands up towards you and just places them alongside your face. And you feel the small warmth of like sunlight on your face as he places both of his hands up to your cheeks and just smiles at you, sending a bit of that warmth into the face.
Smile back and just kind of give him a nod.
He runs back to the safety of the small winged child, who like wraps her arms around him and like the equivalent of a noogie. Like she like puts him in a headlock and like rubs his hair a little bit.
Awesome.
Crystal?
I reach out towards the tree, and since I've never actually cast this spell before in real life, I'm just concentrating on everything I know about dispel magic.
Okay.
And trying to let
go ahead
let
and
the magic go back into the earth.
so are you concentrating? You're just concentrating, casting this dispel magic, and channeling this energy back into the earth.
Yes.
Give me
and it is a third level spell.
Then I need you to give me a D20, please. It's a third level?
Yes.
Okay, so
I cannot cast higher than that at the moment.
That's all right. Let me know if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3, please.
That was a 2.
Okay. Dispel magic goes off without a hitch as Crystal reaches forward. Go ahead and roll a D100 for me, or a percentile dice, please.
That is 60.
60. You guys watch as Crystal reaches forward and casts dispel magic. This is her first time casting a spell, and she's cast this spell outward, and as she casts it, she tries to ground the magic around her into the ground, but she is unfortunately not able to do that completely. As the magic grounds down into the ground, holds at her feet for a second, and then violently shoots up. And you can see the sparkles shoot up from the ground to where her feet are and cover her whole body as this surge of wild magic energy flows through her, and she immediately regains the spell slot.
That's cool.
I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this. I'm really trying hard, guys. I just, can I try again?
The spell went off. The magic has faded.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
Yay. All right. I wasn't sure if it worked or not. Like I said, I'm new to this.
The spell worked, and you have regained the spell slot that you used to cast it.
That is a good thing. I like that.
As the magic fades, the lady will look at you and say, "Go now."
I'm going to cast a quick pass without trace.
Okay.
Because I think I have that one. Well, I know I have it, but
Okay.
second level spell.
All right. Turk, cast Pass Without a Trace as you make your way into the woods. Each of you, if you are moving stealthily, you will be moving at half movement. Okay? So you can cast Pass Without a Trace, but if you are stealthily moving, you are moving at half movement. Okay? Are we going stealth?
They said time was of the essence. We
I
need to
think
go.
Until we can get closer to the town, let's move, and then
We can get kind of around to the back.
How about this? You can go stealthily, but you're going to make stealth checks for me at disadvantage, but you add the +10. I think that's only fair.
Since I'm wearing chainmail, am I at double disadvantage?
No. No. But I'll say this as your DM because we got to think on the fly. Take a -5, so you're only at a +5 instead of a +10. Okay. Everybody roll 2 stealth rolls. Take the lowest. Add 10. If you're J, it sucks to suck. Add 5.
It's an 8 for Jay.
8 for J.
Modded 20.
That's 1 success, 1 failure.
23.
20 as well.
20 a success. 23.
29.
Another success. Cast.
28. Like it doesn't. It shouldn't be that high, but it's 28.
That is 5 6.
There's a +10.
Yeah, that +10 helps. It's 5 successes and 1 failure. You see a couple of times where Jay's walking through and he's just trying his best to be stealthy, and it's the equivalent of like, don't be suspicious, don't be suspicious, don't be like he's just trying to.
Constantly druid crafting moss under his feet. To keep quiet.
I think everybody and William is just like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Like he's just walking behind, but sure enough, you manage to make your way over to the town square without attracting the attentions of the shadow beast, much to your DM's disappointment. You are in the middle of the town square.
No, I'm perfectly fine with that.
You're fine? You're great?
Yeah.
Great. Before you is still a crowd of people that is gathered around the governor's mansion. You hear the small whispers of, Father Mayhew is testing our resolve and our patience.
You need to hide.
Is it only men's voices that are kind of echoing the sentiment about being tested?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep stealthing as much as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna
just a stealthing.
I'm assuming you have a cloak, so you could probably, at least pull it up.
Turk looks odd. He has ripped off the magical clothing that said, and as you look down and see his Birkenstocks and board shorts and sleeveless T-shirt, you're going, oh crap!
It's a Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt, yeah.
Should I button it up?
You should stay
hidden. If anyone has the spell Minor Illusion or wants to cast anything, no.
I think we should.
You may have to use words.
I know. I'm just trying to look to see what I have.
Okay.
In
I have an idea. It might be a little crazy.
How about just for giggles, how about you tell me the idea before we do it? I know you have got an idea, and I know you want to tell me what it is. Let's just hear it.
Oh no,
before
this
we
is
do
gonna
it.
work. I could make him half size, but it's not like we can make him pocket size. Never mind. But I have another idea.
Okay, let's hear
It's not
it.
really gonna help him any. Okay, my other idea is I'm pretty good at detecting magic, but it only lasts for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so, and I haven't been too successful with the last spells I've been casting. But once we get close to where we think it might be, I might be able to track it down a little bit faster.
Oh,
I have a blanket.
Wait, hold on,
in my...
wait. Did you have a question? Did you go ahead? Let's hear it. I want to hear all ideas.
Calm
I don't want to miss
emotions.
any.
Like all those people, just shut them down.
Okay, so we gotta. There's another one. Let's go. Let's hear.
I've got a blanket in my bag. We can use it as a cloak and at least cover him a bit, and he can use the stealth to stay hidden
Right.
mostly
Okay,
behind us.
Okay, all right. So
I
options
can
are.
sneak around to the back of the mansion.
We're not
And
splitting
you
the
guys
party.
can make
This is
lots
a
of
bad
noise.
idea.
Right. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, I
Wait,
hear
isn't
your
this
idea.
the time before laundry machines?
Yeah.
Do you think we could find some clothes on a line for him?
Yeah. Well, okay. All right. So that's an option. Got an option here. Okay, so there's two.
I can reduce him to half size. We can pretend like he's a child and cover him up in the blanket, and somebody can carry him like he's an overgrown infant.
That's it. That's it, folks. That's the plan. Please, as your DM, I don't ask for much. Baby Turk.
I will volunteer to carry him.
Just gonna throw this map away. You guys don't need it.
What are we doing?
I'm not carrying Baby Turk.
I volunteered.
I volunteer as tribute. Crystal, do you cast the spell?
Yes, absolutely.
Give me a
I just do have to warn you guys that if we do this, I will not be able to detect anything unless he becomes full size again.
All right.
Okay.
So okay, I just for once, just 1 second. So our plan is we're going to baby size Turk, and then we're going to just into town. And what?
I see no problems with this plan.
I'm not bad. I'm not saying anything. Listen, there's no bad ideas here, except for maybe bad ideas are bad.
We need a group with a baby.
We need to get to the governor's mansion. They're expecting Father Mayhew, so they're expecting him.
Or I'm just spitballing here. What if we were like to go around the town and
That's
come
what I
into-
said. I could go into the back.
Yeah.
Everybody go around.
But like we all go, like together, like we're a team.
Well, that would actually make a lot of sense because they're all waiting for us here, and if we go around the back, we're not going to be there.
No, yeah, that's a great
Father
idea. I love what she's got a good idea. We should probably go like as a team together, like as a group, like not separate, and like totally together, like 100%, like we're all doing the same thing at the same time, behind where the crowd is, like avoid them completely. That's a great. I love it. You guys like that idea? I like that idea. She's brilliant. You guys should probably let her be the team lead. I'm just not. I don't get a vote, and that's up to you guys. But that sounds like fun. What? What?
So is legs carrying me or not?
Did Father Mayhew's skin grow back yet? Or?
We can still do the baby thing, but I'm just saying.
He only
maybe the back
scratched a little.
Oh, okay.
Just whatever. I mean, whatever you guys want to do. I'm here. I'm here for support. Whatever you want. But that was a really good idea.
We should go around back where they're not looking for us.
Okay. And then if that doesn't work, we go with the baby plan.
That's plan B.
Plan B is baby. Got it.
Plan B for baby. That's the new episode title.
That is the coolest gummy I've ever seen.
Oh my god, I'm so proud of you as a person.
Remind me when you level up, you're going to get something special.
All right. You make your way back into the woods to circumnavigate the town. Are we going stealthily?
Yes.
Please roll stealth checks.
Are we still at disadvantage here?
You are still at disadvantage.
Aww.
With a plus 10.
25.
But a nat 1 plus 10 is still a nat 1.
A nat 1 is 2 failures.
15 for Jay.
15 for Jay.
We're still with Pass Without a Trace, right?
Yeah, so add a 10 to this, Cass.
18.
18.
26.
26, 22. William?
23.
23. Those two failures. This time, Kiara spends the majority of the time creating moss under Crystal's feet. As Crystal's like, are we sure we want to say no to the baby thing? Like, I don't want to throw this out there. Like, I can make a papoose. And you make your way around to the back of the house. As we have received all the traction we are going to receive out of Pass Without a Trace, as the time limit ends right as you get to the back of the house. You still hear the sounds of the grumbles and mumbles and conversations going on at the front of the house, but there is indeed a back door to this large estate.
Does anybody know how to pick a lock?
Should we test it first to make sure it's locked?
William?
I could totally do that.
All right.
Oh, I can mage hand it. I wanted to use. Can I please mage hand it? Please, 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 please.
If you wanna check to see if it's unlocked or not, sure.
I'm gonna spooky the door open.
Okay. The door is locked.
I was a try.
Shenanigans.
It should come back and head pat you. Head pats. All right, I'm gonna go try to pick the lock. Actually, you know what?
GM Crosses turned William into a baby, and then the baby picks the lock.
I got this. Let me get it. Y'all seen Boss Baby? Because that's what that reminded
I'm
me of.
immediately at Boss Baby right now. I'm that, or this is the most effed up version of Muppet Babies anyone has ever seen. Like, this was a cut version.
Suit up.
All right, William.
Okay. All right. That an 18 sufficient enough to pick a lock?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Could I do a quick perception about the back of this house? Like, are there any windows that we can see in? Or?
Sure. Give me a perception check. As you've unlocked the door, you're just doing a perception check. So roll this at advantage.
How large is this abode?
This abode is rather large. This is not a palatial two-story estate. It is all one story, but it is large. It almost looks like the governor's mansion serves as a meeting place for the entire town. So it's large enough so that people can come in and have a meeting space. You realize that if you've done research, it looks like, from what you can see from the outside, it looks to be a very large one-story home with a bunch of different rooms inside. There are some windows occasionally built around the place, but these windows do not have panes of glass in them. They're just windows that sort of look out into the home.
So, like, if you were going to give a ballpark in, like, how many feet across it is square, like 60 feet?
My DM map, but I'm not allowed to.
30 feet?
It's definitely not 60 feet. 100. We'll say 100 feet.
Got it. Okay.
How full of like religious iconography are we looking at here?
Are you looking inside the home?
Damn it, no, I wasn't. I was gonna.
Mike, what did you? William, what did you get for your perception?
22.
22, and that was with advantage from Kiara, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the second dice roll was a 2, so.
Sure. What are you looking for? You're just looking around the outskirts of the house. You're looking through.
Make sure there's nobody in the immediate vicinity if I were to open this door and walk in.
Yeah. So funny enough, it's odd because this door leads into the property, and it looks like there were guard or people stationed at the front of the house, but there is no one stationed at the back. So if the absence of a watch is something to take note of, that is what you notice.
Gotcha. So I will inspect for traps on this door before I open it.
Okay, give me an investigation, please.
I cannot help with this.
All right, so that would be 18, because I have a -1 on it.
Okay. You start looking at the door. The absence of a guard not being something that it puts the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. The door is unlocked, and as you go forward to open the door, you look at the very bottom, right where you would have to cross the threshold to open the door, and there is indeed a small filament. Looks like a small wire that looks anachronistic for this time period across the bottom of the door.
Can I follow it to its end?
Yes, you can. The end seems like it goes inside, alongside the house and inside one of the windows closest to the door.
What? Okay, so it's just a small filament.
Yep.
Nothing, but I don't see anything attached to it.
You don't see anything attached to it.
Do I see any contact points?
No. Now that you have spotted it, it would be very easy to open the door and just have everyone step over it.
Gotcha. Okay. That I will do and inform them. Like it's like a tripwire kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like maybe an inch or so off the ground, maybe 2-3 inches off the ground.
Absolutely.
But it's very thin line.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll tell everybody that as we are going to head in to walk carefully, step over this. I'll point it at, and then I'll move in ahead of them. I will stealth in.
William and Kiara, Crystal, each of you, if you have a notes section on your character sheet, please put a tiny asterisk. Just make a note.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. It is pointed out to every one of you. There's a small, tiny filament on the ground.
I'll step inside, and
As he's stepping over the filament, I tap him on the shoulder. Hey, you want me to go in first?
What?
You want me to go in first?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. Just thought I'd
Can we hear the crowd at all from where we're at?
Can you see the crowd?
Hear them. Like, how are they sounding? Are they sounding agitated? Are they...
They're definitely agitated. There's a sense of, like, any minute now, Father Mayhew will make his appearance. It's we are being tested.
I may be able to buy you guys some time inside if I go around.
Together. We're doing this together.
See?
We said together.
I said that too.
Yeah, but you're Hawaiian boy, so shush.
Well, but okay.
I love you too.
William walks in to the home.
Stealth.
Stealthily. Roll me a stealth check, please.
William, can we come in now?
1 second. 1 second. Let me roll this dice. All right, so it's 20 total.
Okay, 20 total. Yes, you step stealthily into the hallway. To your right-hand side, William, you see a door that looks reinforced, more reinforced than some of the other furnishings that you see in this house. There are wooden benches and bookshelves. You see old books off on your left leading into a small but comfortable living space. There's a small fire adding warmth to the area. Lots of furs. It's furnished comfortably, but not of someone of stature, which is surprising to you. You're not seeing English finery here. You're not seeing Victorian architecture. You're seeing huntsman, hunter's lodge furnishings. This reinforced door off to your right. Down the hallway to your left, it looks as if there's a bookshelf and that window that you saw the filament going into, and then a bookshelf on the other side of the window.
Okay.
While
Anything
he's in
specific?
there,
Go ahead.
I'd like to look at this filament. Does it look completely out of place?
It doesn't look like it belongs here. It actually looks like
Maybe some fishing line, or
it does look like fishing line. We'll say that.
Don't touch it.
Guys,
Go.
it doesn't belong here.
Right.
So, come on in.
Just walk
Isn't
over it.
Isn't this just weird? To
Just
anybody?
for fun. Just for fun. Why, as William says, come on in, everybody give me a D20 and add your dex. Low, low, low DC. But just in case. Crystal.
15.
Kiara.
17.
Cass. Oh no.
No.
Cass. Yep, there it is. Jay.
You did so good.
Okay.
Dare you?
Great. Turk.
19.
We are William's worst nightmare.
Turk, William, Crystal, Kiara, you guys get in fine. Jay stumbles a bit, but he manages to catch his foot at the last second. And anything other than a nat 1, which unfortunately, Cass is kind of coming forward a little bit, and as she goes, she's chewing on like a gummy or something, and she accidentally bites her tongue a little bit. It's the worst feeling in the entire world. And then
No, it's not. This is
this right here. And as she
feeling a 1.
as she does, her foot steps down upon the filament, and nothing happens.
Guys,
Cass, I was just gonna go ting, see if it made a sound.
well, it didn't. My foot hit it, and it's fine. Right, guys? Right?
Don't move.
Don't move.
Just stay there.
Her foot is currently standing on top of the filament wire. It's pressed down.
Can I, did he tell us where it went?
William would let you know that it goes in through a window.
Can I go look at the window?
From what side?
I'm on the inside.
You're on the inside, so you're walking. William, you're going to see Kiara being like, it's fine, everything's fine, but just for funsies, I need to know where the wire went. As she walks past you, you head over towards where the window is. This small filament seems to exit out from the window now that you know what you are looking for, and over to a...
Just want to interrupt one quick. What happens if I lose this group? Am I like double evil? Like how does that happen?
So here's the deal.
You turn into a lich.
William,
I become a lich. Okay, I get it.
William, we're actually going to treat this. We're actually going to treat this as a reverse Doctor Who. You will constantly stay the same. Everyone else will change around you. So with every new campaign, you will stay the same, and their characters will all change.
So what's this filament connected to?
The filament is connected to a small bell, which is on a pedestal. And the filament seems to have pulled the bell up. And you realize that if her foot leaves that wire, the momentum is going to carry the bell to ring.
Okay, so small scale. Hold on. Small scale, like Assassin's Creed alarm bell. Is that what the small scale?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure I knew what I was talking about here. Would I be able to cut it down, like grab it and like fill it with moss and like?
Do you have? Oh, that's clever. Do you have anything to cut this filament?
I do have my scimitar, but that's kind of large.
Wait, I'm good with bells because I went to a Montessori school. They have lots of bells there, and all you have to do is hold the little bell thingy on the inside and lower it.
Right.
Clapper.
I want to, like I said, I can fill it with. I'm going to.
We've already set the precedent that you can moss it up.
Right, I'm mossing it.
Okay.
And holding my hand there so it doesn't move. And I'm gonna look at Turk. Do you have a knife?
Well, it says I do on my character sheet, so I reach down and see if I can draw a dagger.
Yeah. It's stationed at your side as you reach down to your seat and you're like, oh my God, please, it's in my character sheet. Please let me have a dagger. Please, God. Please. And as you reach to your side and pull it out, you have a dagger on your right-hand side.
I really didn't want to have to pull out Excalibur to cut down the
Cass is frozen in a weird yoga pose as one foot is down on the filament and one foot is up.
I will take the dagger and I will just cut the bell down.
As it is filled with moss.
Yes. No sound.
The filament is cut. The bell falls down into your open hands. Filled with moss, it does not make a sound.
The other 25 on the other side of the house, however, go like it's Christmas.
I hand
The
Turk
Carol
back
of the
his
Bells
knife.
on the other side of the house.
And I will. You said there's a fireplace in this room.
There is.
Can I set the moss-filled bell up on the mantle?
Absolutely. You walk past the seats and the benches and the sort of long standing areas, and as you go to the mantelpiece and set the bell and turn around, you see a gentleman standing at the back of the room who is facing the fireplace as you have walked in front of him, placed it on the mantle, then turned around and saw the gentleman standing there who's holding a cup in his hand and seems to look at you with surprise.
Real quickly before that happens, I'm gonna look at Cass and Cass, I know you stepped on it. Don't worry about it. Everybody steps on it their first time. However, I saw it. I heard you. You were gonna try and put something on it. Good call. I like what you got there. I appreciate it. You're doing good.
Cass,
Don't let this get you.
Cass, you realize that the wire goes slack as it has been diffused. You are free to move about the cabin.
Cass doesn't say a word, just kind of shuts up when William starts saying that and kind of skitters away.
Does she not do well with compliments?
Not right now.
I'm going to put my head down. And apologies.
It is fine. Who are you and what are you doing in my home?
I am with a group that was coming to visit you with Father Mayhew.
Deception check.
Absolutely. I am so good at this. Oh, okay. That is a 18.
Father Mayhew. Yes, I have heard of him. It is all anyone can speak as their voices echo out. Bring him inside. I offer hospitality for everyone here.
Yes, sir. And I will make my way back to the group.
I'll go back. Where'd you put the bell?
I found the mayor.
Governor.
Governor, get that one. Fine. He's looking for Father Mayhew. So,
Can we
he
split
told
the
me
party now?
He told me to bring Father Mayhew to him.
I probably should have said this at the beginning. This was supposed to be a stealth mission. That's my bad. I'll own this. I get it. It's on me. I should have said something. I get it.
Can I try to open this door over here while Father Mayhew?
I think with that 20, the governor will stick his head out the window and see the group all standing there, and say, "Are all of you part of Father Mayhew's group?"
As a matter of fact, this is Father Mayhew.
Yes, well...
Sorry about that, Governor.
It's all right. Please make your way inside.
We heard the harassing speak of the townsfolk out front and thought it best to find another way in.
Yes, of course. Come in. He will take you over to a small area. It is a sitting room filled. There's a fire. Realize that there are seats for 4 of you to sit. The rest of you will have to stand. As a small, comfortable chair is taken by the governor, who sits in it drinking from a glass a dark amber liquid.
Turk, come to me. Come, Turk. Turk, come here. Come here. You take this chair. Sit down. Turk. Chair.
Why is he dressed in such a way?
See me? I kind of thought it might be best. Okay.
Turk, come here. It's okay, boy. Come here. Come sit in the chair. He's special. Don't worry. It's okay.
Ah. Father Mayhew, I have told that you seek my counsel.
I do not seek your counsel. I wish to counsel you.
In what way?
In the matters of these killings.
You mean the Fae?
The Fae?
The Fae presence.
I think he knows.
You don't have any water, sir. I apologize. I'm rather parched. It's been a long trip.
He gets up from his seat and heads out of the room into a small area that seems to have a pitcher of water, and he comes over,
Ixnay on the A-Fay.
pouring 6 glasses and setting it on the small table in the room.
Thank you, good sir.
The world is growing larger, Father Mayhew. I have it on good authority that there are spirits and those that practice magic. I have read books about the subject.
And what do these books tell you?
The books tell me of an incoming invasion, Father Mayhew. An invasion of the spiritual world upon our own. Evil spirits, entities. Do you not believe it to be true?
I know it to be true.
You do.
However, you're misjudging those as a whole. There are 2 sides to every coin, are there not?
And what, pray tell, side of the coin are you?
The coin for peace and justice. The coin for safety and sanctuary for everything and everyone.
A great beast has been set forth upon the people of this city, sir. Will you do what need be done to protect them?
I will.
You preach for peace and understanding, yet these entities have done what they can do to ensure a veritable slaughter of the people gathered outside my home.
If I were to say that there is a way to stop this from happening, would you allow me the opportunity to have that happen?
Absolutely. What do you need?
I need what's in that golden box.
My treasure.
Just a small portion of it.
I understand. I think I understand completely. The greed of man knows no bounds. You will not be taking any gold from me this evening. You will not be taking any trinkets nor treasures that I acquired through hard work and determination.
A wager, then.
A game.
A game.
Go on.
All I ask for is what's inside the box. Those entities will no longer be an issue of the people of Salem if you give us that. regardless of, my greed or whatnot, I can make it go away. All I need is that. The game being a test of strength. Yours versus mine.
Your strength versus mine.
Yes.
If you win, you get what's inside the box. What do I get if I win?
The opportunity to slaughter the Fae.
You will lead me to them?
I will.
Are you deceiving him right now, Jay?
Yes, I am actually.
Give me a deception check then, please.
Come on, baby. 19 plus 1.
Yeah, it's not going to beat my 4. A strength check. A test of strength. Any rules other than this test of strength? You will not receive any help from anyone here?
I will not receive any help.
Am I allowed to drink first?
As long as it does not help you in any magical sense. Yes, I know of potions.
Fair enough. Give me a few minutes to prepare myself. And he will leave to what appears to be a bedchamber on the other side of the house and close the door.
I'm really sorry I didn't consult you guys on that. I feel awful. I hope we can get through this.
Can you do a perception check of the room?
Yeah. Anybody searching the room and looking around, give me perception checks.
I am going to, while he's gone, cast detect magic and check out this room and the box and anything I can find out about what's around us.
Absolutely.
22.
So anything within 30 feet.
22, Kiara. William?
I got a 19.
19 and a... Jeez, you guys are perception monkeys. I don't like it.
I have a +6.
Yes.
Cass, you might be muted, dear. It's okay. I still love you.
Don't worry, Cass got totally distracted, saw something shiny, and rolled a 3.
Yeah, you find something shiny, but you can choose to pick it up if you so choose.
I want to touch it.
Okay, yeah. You have in your possession a small glass orb. So as Kiara, as you begin to look around the room, you do see lots of little treasure troves and trinkets spread throughout the room. Ornate boxes, books, things of that sort. As you take a closer look, you notice that every item in this place is meticulously taken care of. There's not an ounce of dust or dirt in the vicinity, which is odd for a house of this time period and this look to it. The fire tends to burn fairly brightly, illuminating the space. William, with your perception check, you do. There's a couple of things that catch your eye. There is the only weapons in the space are a bow and arrow that are hanging up near the fireplace, sort of over the mantle place, and are being held there by means you're unsure of how they're being held there, as you see no sort of nails or anything like that holding them in place. Jay, you're sort of preparing yourself for the oncoming fight. Crystal, the room lights up like a Christmas tree. Unfortunately, you are the only one that sees it in terms of various gray motes that you associate with neutrality and bits of wild magic and what we've talked about in your backstory. If gray signifies complete neutrality, when you cast detect magic, this place lights up like rainbows are flowing through the space. Ornate boxes, books, the fur, the rug that's underneath where you're standing, the bear pelt, the bow and arrow on over the fireplace. Everything in this space seems to be somewhat illuminated as giving off magical energy. The largest source being what's coming from that chest. It is a small gold chest tucked away where the bookcase is, not too far away from where you entered. But everything in this space seems to glow.
Okay.
A bit of time goes by, and the door opens. The governor walks out of the space and does not say anything. He's wearing different clothing. He's wearing what appears to be just a simple white tunic and blackened pants. He is no longer wearing foot coverings. He does not say anything to the group. He brings a table over and sets it up in the middle of the space.
What kind of belt is he wearing?
He is not wearing any belt.
Okay, just checking.
Crystal, you see this. I will go ahead and message you.
Okay.
Surrounding him. He sits down at a table.
Is it through Discord or through?
Through Discord.
Oh, okay.
He
I see.
puts a hand up at the table, signifying a test of strength. He does not say anything.
What are you?
He does not look over to where Crystal is. He keeps looking at Jay.
Are there rules to this contest?
I say he's not who he says he is.
I don't
He's
think that
covered in illusion. Who are you?
Does not say anything. Puts his hand towards Jay.
Are there chairs on the or around the table, or just him standing there? Just wondering, position-wise, like, do I just stand up and we're doing?
He is currently standing at a tall table.
I dispel magic on the illusion.
Go ahead and cast the spell, and
ogre.
roll a d20.
Okay. 19 on the die.
Okay. Dispelled magic fades. The figure of the governor is replaced by that of another man. He is much larger than the governor. He still looks humanoid in appearance. He's missing his left eye. There is a cut from here to here. And if anybody would like to make a history check that did research before on Salem, that's everybody, I'm hoping. Okay. Who got an 8? Who got a 16 and above? Everyone who got a 16 and above, if you did research on this particular individual, there's somebody tied to his past, a tumultuous past involving the return of this shipwreck, including one Captain Randall, which is based off of a couple of different stories revolving his past and Captain Randall having a tumultuous relationship. You recognize Captain Randall, and as the figure now standing in front of Jay. Randall, now that the illusory magic has been dealt away with, is covered in blood from the waist down. This white tunic is still on, but you see specks of blood that seem to be past the tunic in the open V of it. Are we doing this challenge or are we not?
I was told that I was challenging Governor Phipps.
I never said I was the governor. She did.
All right. And I'll...
You've used your blood to make you stronger.
No. Someone else's.
I will stand across from him and assume the position, I guess.
As he reaches his hand forward, he takes a bit of cloth from behind him and ties your hands together. Jay, this will be 3 contested strength checks between the two of you. This is how we will handle this situation. As the tie is tied around your hands, you feel a deep pact magic circle between your hands as the agreements of the bond made between the two of you encircle each other's hands. You were deceptive in what you agreed to, but that will have its own repercussions should you fail this check. Everyone is standing behind Jay as this tie is tied around him. I need you to make the first of your strength checks. You will roll a d20. You will add strength. I will even give this a little bit easier for you because you're going to need it. Let's call this a strength saving throw.
All right.
Okay? First check.
That's a total of 26.
It is very good. You feel your arm tighten and wrap around his hand, and as you do, you feel your strength pushing forward, guided by the energy of your friends behind you, pushing the hand forward, and he looks over at you and he smiles a wicked smile, and you feel your hand pushed down slowly, slowly, slowly. It is one failed check. Go ahead and do the second roll. You need to lose 3 in a row or make 3 in a row in order to win this contest.
That's a 26 again.
This time, you are able to push his hand back to an upright position, and he looks a little frightened as he saw the momentum that was going, and you stopped it midway and pushed the arm straight back up. Again.
That's only a 14.
14. It is enough to push his hand back to the second position, held up. I need you now to make a Constitution saving throw as sweat begins to appear on your brow.
That's a 24.
A 24. You managed to push back the level of exhaustion you were going to take, putting you at disadvantage on all skill checks, which would have been rough for a little bit. But you managed to push that aside and tie into an inner strength. Who is closest to Jay?
Me.
Kiara? Jay, you definitely hear the sound of drums off in the distance, pounding. And Kiara, the odd thing is, you hear it too. As the illusory magic wrapped around Jay begins to dissipate, his green skin starting to break through the illusory magic. Give me one more strength check, please.
Do it with my big die because it's a big thing. Nat 20.
I'm going to need confirmation. Please take a photo.
While we're doing this, do the drums sound familiar to me at all?
No. Sounds like a drum circle far away.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I could discern if it's like a
it's
particular
like,
tribal kind of sound or not.
No, the closer you get to Jay, the louder these drums seem to emanate from some unseen source. With a final fury, the sound of drums echoing in the night air, all of you in the room begin to hear it. And there is an odd sound now accompanying the drums as Jay and this figure, Captain Randall, are at a bit of a standstill until you hear, with the sound of drums, this a multitude of voices joining in and surrounding him, and Jay instinctively joins this chant, this guttural, like gut instinct to join in with them, and with this He slams the fist down upon the table. As he does, Captain Randall's hand hits the wood, and the wood splinters. The table is obliterated as the hand is slammed down into the center, and Captain Randall's arm breaks. You hear the snapping of bone as Captain Randall takes a step backwards, grabbing his hand and a darkness overtaking his eyes, and you see the bone reset back into place. Some of the blood on his legs being absorbed into the pants themselves or being absorbed to parts unknown. As his eyes go dark, the bone resets, and he flicks a hand towards the chest, saying, "Take it and leave."
May I ask who or what you are?
Yes.
Will you give me an answer?
No. You're running out of time.
I'll nod, go over to the chest, grab it, and hand it to whoever grabbed the key from
Kiara.
Yep.
Can I sense magic in it? Like,
Oh my gosh, it's leaking out. It's pouring out of it. Do you want to grab it? Do you reach out and?
Yeah, although I should be able to just see it
Yeah.
without having to touch it.
Okay. As you look over at it, it looks like the smell of grass.
This is right.
It looks
Let's go.
like the smell of grass. I love it.
That's actually a thing. You shush. I just shushed the DM.
Fresh,
Probably not
fresh,
a good thing.
fresh. It looks like the smell of fresh cut grass.
It's nature magic. Let's go.
As we walk out of the room, I'll stop and look at Randall. If you ever threaten the Fae like this again, I'll be back.
Dun 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 dun.
Cass, please tell me that's in character. Like the
1000%.
He will nod in your direction.
And then I'll exit with the group.
Who's the last person out of the room?
Not it.
Always me.
What are the chances of going and grabbing that bow on the way out?
You can certainly try.
That wasn't part of the deal. On my way out, I will just give him a nod as I go.
Give whom a nod?
The captain.
William, you are the last one out of the room. They're going to die, you know, William. Just like the last ones.
I'm going to pounce on him.
No.
And pull my.
No.
Give me an attack roll.
There's nothing that would infuriate me more.
Give me an attack roll at advantage because this is definitely the definition of a surprise attack.
Plus
your sneak
you
attack.
win everything. You are the best. The second roll was a nat 20.
Roll your sneak attack damage doubled, please. Actually, no. Roll a d20 again, please.
That's a 12.
Triple your sneak attack damage. Triple all the dice, please. This is gonna suck.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a... okay, so group, react accordingly. As you're leaving the room, he turns to William and says, "They're going to die, you know, just like the last ones." And William nods his head, looks at the group, and sort of smiles, and then, like a rabid Wolverine, pounces on this guy and begins stabbing him repeatedly with the dagger in his hands. It's vicious. It's out of nowhere as he just repeatedly takes him down to the ground.
All right, so the roll for the short sword attack is 4 points of damage.
4. Okay.
Yeah. The sneak attack, which is 3d6.
Yeah.
Was 11.
So
33 points of damage.
33.
Plus another 12 from the 4.
45 total. Plus your dex.
3.
48 points of damage. He begins to crawl backwards, leaving little spots of blood on the floor, making his way to the front doors of the home. As he does, his appearance begins to shift back into the governor as he begins to scream for help. I will give you all 1 round to do whatever you would like to do to make your way out of the house before you leave, but that is about 6 seconds. Cass, where are you going? Are you running?
I'm going straight to him.
To William or the guy?
To Jerkman crawling to the front door to make his plea to the people.
Yeah. His sounds are being echoed throughout the house. You hear the rumblings coming from outside, but you can make your way over towards where he is.
I can't stop him, but I can make him talk the truth.
Yeah. Okay. Cass makes his way over. Jay, what are you doing?
I'm rushing to the door, trying to...
Jay's running to the door. Crystal, what are you doing?
I'm following Jay.
Kiara, Jay, you still have the chest, right?
I have the chest.
She's got the chest. Kiara, you have the chest. Where are you going?
Because I need to get out of here.
You do. Time is of the essence.
I'm actually going towards the back door, but I am opening the chest with the key.
Okay. Inside the chest is a clear, it looks to be crystal ball that's emanating little motes of light leaking out of it. Think water flowing upward as little drops of light seem to flow out. As a little drop of light flows out from this ball, you hear a tiny voice saying something in Sylvan, but the ball is emanating a bright, bright light. William, what are you doing after this attack?
I'm going to... I'm just going to, as close as I can to him, into his ear. Don't ever threaten my team again.
Okay. Turk.
I'm actually passing Pass Without Trace and tell Kiara, go, run.
You have to be with them. You would know this as well. You can't cast it on them. You have to be with them. So you make the call here.
We go now.
Now, Turk joins Jay, Crystal, and Kiara as Cass moves closer to where William is and Randall. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Oh my gosh.
It can't be that late.
It's not, but it's the perfect place to end tonight's. It's the best place to end it for next week. Next week we'll have Jay, Crystal, and Kiara, and so Jay, Crystal, Kiara, and Turk running through the forest in order to bring this back to the Fae people, while Cass and William try to buy time.
I thought Jay was headed towards the front door to hold it closed.
You're headed towards the front door to hold it closed? I thought he was headed towards the back door.
No, the front door, sorry.
Okay. Crystal, Kiara, and Turk. Back door, Cass, William, and Jay. We got 10 minutes.
Oh.
Should we do 10 minutes?
Can you adjust it to us? To it in 10 minutes?
All right, let's do this. It's too good. Let's do this.
Because she's not here next week.
Who can't?
Kat is making these hands because she's not here next week.
Are we good with going later? I'm having
A
too
couple
much fun.
minutes, I'm fine with that.
I'm having too much fun. Let's do this. Okay, so the three of you make your way out. Crystal, Kiara, Turk, you make your way out. Give me stealth rolls, please, with the +10 to them as you make your way running out of the back door and alongside the house.
31.
Now, are these at disadvantage again? Or
These are not at disadvantage.
All right, I'm sorry, 30.
30, Kiara. Turk.
I'm still adding.
You're still adding.
Yeah. 19.
Crystal. 19?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay.
16 plus.
We're doing it live.
18.
18. Okay, 18, and that's +10, right?
Oh, no, 28.
There we go. Okay. 30, 28, and 19. As the three of you go tearing off into the woods, as you make your way over, you realize that the sun has set. And as you take your steps into the woods, getting low to the ground and trying to remain as hidden as possible, Turk makes an errant footfall on something. He steps on a branch, and there is a loud snap that echoes throughout the woods. And as that happens, you hear a noise off in the brush not too far away. You continue to make your way through the woods as you hear the snapping of jaws. It is an odd clicking sound. It almost sounds like insectoid, where it's a cicada. Do you know that sound? This
I do very well.
Yeah, this cicada sound that you hear off in the distance that's growing louder as this large shape begins to move through the woods towards you. Jay, give me a strength check as we cut back over to the other scene and you hold the door shut as Randall begins to cry for help in the voice of the governor.
It's 17.
17. You grab the door and shove against it, holding it closed as the pounding of fists from the outside. Cass, what would you like to do with your turn?
Cass is going to cast Zone of Truth on the front porch in the event he gets out, or porch or whatever area is in front of the door.
Okay, it's a big zone. So, like, are you going to cast it now, or are you waiting in case the door opens?
Well, we've got to scoot, so it's probably going to be within this or the next round.
Okay. All right, that is your turn. William.
I will continue to try and kill this guy if he is dying already.
Still very much alive.
Another attack on him. Is anybody next to me?
Jay is holding the door and is previously preoccupied. He has run away from where you are. Cass has also made her way to the door, so I'm going to say no.
Okay, just making sure. All right, so that is a total of 20. I roll a 12 on the dice. It's +8. So
20 hits. Roll damage.
That's 7.
7 points of damage?
Yep. Because there's no sneak attack, right?
Yep.
And then I will use...
Keep going, buddy.
I'll go ahead and use my bonus action to incite against him.
Okay.
Which I should have done first, but...
What is it? Oh, that's true.
Yep.
I'll let you have done this first if it lands. It's versus deception, correct?
Yes. So that is
15 deception.
Okay, I have an 18 on the die. I'm checking for
that works. So roll sneak attack damage, actually. As we cut back to where Crystal, Kiara, and Turk are. Crystal, Kiara, and Turk, you're making your way through the area. A figure stands in front of all of you. It's cut around to the side and it's looming there. It seems to be made up of a living shadow. You see large mandibles come out from the sides, and it is currently sniffing the air. You don't see any eyes on this thing. Its mouth is open and it's making small clicking noises with the mandibles, reaching out and sort of taking steps around the area that you are in. It is not making any movements towards you. William, what did you roll for damage?
10.
10 points.
10 for the sneak attack, yep.
Okay. Okay, we'll cut back to that in a second.
Okay, so does it look like it's attacky?
It looks like it's looking for its prey. You ever seen the movie Pitch Black?
No, of course I haven't.
Okay, this thing is searching around the area, but it has no eyes to do that. It takes a tentative few steps forward on its 4 legs and clicks over to where your direction is. It seems to be getting closer and closer.
I say stop.
With you saying the word stop, it is going to rush forward and make an attack against you. As it hones in on your location, that is a 17 versus AC.
Yep, that'll do it.
Unless somebody has a reaction that they want to use right now.
I want to cast Create Bonfire right in front of us.
Is that a reaction?
I don't know.
I don't think so. You can do that on your turn. Crystal.
Oh, I have Warcaster.
Oh,
it's not considered an opportunity attack. Never mind.
Nope. Crystal, this thing slaps, bites into your arm with these mandibles. As it does, you take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That would be a 14.
You managed to shake off the poison that was about to go coursing through your system as you feel yourself sturdy against the poison. That is your turn there, Kiara.
Right at its feet, I'm casting Create Bonfire.
Bonfire. A bonfire rages. What is the dex save on this?
Dex 14, please.
It does not make it save.
Are we rolling initiative on this?
After this turn, because I was not anticipating this, I will have to have everybody roll initiative.
Oh, that's nice. 12 points of fire damage.
Okay, 12 points of fire damage. Yeah, this thing begins to scream out and starts circling the fire, snapping at it with small mandibles. Bites, just clicking against it. That was your turn. Crystal, if you would like to do anything, this thing is biting at the flames. Turk, actually, let's let you go, and then Crystal, you can close this out since you screamed at it.
I'm going to do a quick wolf whistle.
Okay.
And can I cast Hunter's Mark?
You can cast Hunter's Mark. You give a whistle, and you don't know how far away your buddy is.
Yep.
But you have the feeling he might be close. Crystal, your turn.
Yeah, Chaos Bolt that thing.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
All right.
What components are with Chaos Bolt? Chaos Bolt, or are there semantic components?
There are verbal and somatic.
Perfect. Awesome.
Okay.
Give me an attack roll.
Yep. It is a 18 plus 5. That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits. Roll me a d20 really quick.
Okay. That is a 15 on the die.
Great. Roll damage.
Okay. It is 5, 6, plus 6. That's 12 points of damage, and it is poison damage.
Okay. It's hit with the poison damage, and it doesn't look like it does as much as you would like, but it still takes damage. That is your turn. We cut back to the other scene. As this man is stabbed, he looks towards the door. He looks towards Kiara. He looks towards... he looks towards Cass, William, and Jay. And he casts a spell. And dies. He hits the ground. Jay, Cass, and William, what are you doing?
I'll tell them we got to get out.
grab something on the way out. I can hold the door for probably a few more seconds.
Give me another strength check at disadvantage, please, as the entire town is now trying to get into this area.
Can I add my athletics?
Sure.
Okay. That's a 19.
Okay. You manage to hold the door as the wood begins to crack around you as one orcish man is trying to hold back about 30 others that are trying to break their way in, and nobody at the moment has thought to try the back door.
I can hold it.
I can calm them down if you'd like.
Hold it dough.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on the area outside the door, right just outside the door.
Great. So you're not leaving, you're casting Calm Emotions.
Correct.
I am going to do one save and one save only. I am telling you right now, kids, when that door breaks, it is going to be bad news. Okay? As your DM, I'm doing the kind thing in telling you that this is like, if you have done character art, this might have been an inopportune time to do character art. So you have about one more round here, okay? I will make a couple of... Okay, the first group makes their save. They are too angered. The second group does not, and they begin to calm down a bit. But the first group against the door is pushing hard. Calm emotion seems to have been taken hold of a group of them, but not all of them. William.
Guys, get out. Now.
Not leaving my DM.
You're not leaving me behind. I'm coming with.
Okay.
With your movements, I will allow you to let go of the door, and all of you use your movements to make your way towards the back door. Cass, you run?
Running.
Jay?
Running.
William?
Knocking over everything behind me as I run out of this house.
Arms flailing akimbo. Small child, I have to use the potty dance as you just flail and knock over everything.
Naruto running.
Almost like my Naruto run, yeah.
All three of you have not used the bonus action. If you would like to grab one thing on your way out of the house, I will let you do so.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I'd like to find something heavy and shove it in front of the door.
Perfect. You use your action to find the heaviest thing. You're like, this looks valuable. Door. Cass runs out. Jay.
Bye.
How far away is the bow from the...
You could very easily grab that.
I'm grabbing the bow.
Okay. You grab the bow, and there is a slight tug on it and you... You don't have any magical... Nope, you're fine. You grab that bow and you start making your way outside the door. William, you grabbing anything? Books, knickknacks?
Just a random piece.
Give me a
Whatever
D100.
I love D100 rolls.
A bow as in a long bow, GM Cross.
52.
A 52. Stand by. Because I want to know exactly what you grab.
I mean, not me. I just want to grab something.
52?
52.
You are looking at all the different shelves in the area, and as you go to grab something, you're grabbing something at random, trusting into the fates that they will guide you to grab something. You... Yeah.
No. No.
You run and you like snag this thing and you run out of the house and you look down and you got a pair of comfy ass slippies, dude. You got a pair of slippers, and not only are these slippers, Geeks Unleashed, thank you for the raid. We love you guys so much. Party of 11. You guys are the best. Thank you. So you find a pair of slippies, but not only are these slippies, but these are pretty unique looking slippies. Not only are these looking a little anachronistic, but they look like they're bunny slippies. They look super comfy.
Oh, no.
And you grab this pair of bunny slippies and you are out of the house. running forward. It is going to take you a couple of rounds of combat. What up? Roll, hit, die. Hi. So you are running out of the house. We cut back to this scene. Crystal, Kiara, and Turk, go ahead and roll initiative for me as this creature is before you. In one more round, the group will be able to have caught up to where you were. So how about this? Everybody roll initiative for me and hold on to it, including Jay, Cass, and William, all right? Bunny Slippies are some fast shoes. You got some cool Slippies. Yeah. Wolf knows exactly what these Slippies are because
So do I.
I know they belong to a Dragonborn.
these Slippies did once belong to a Dragonborn. Yeah. I am very excited for the item system that I have developed for you guys. More of that soon. So let me get the initiative of Crystal, please.
5.
Yep. Of course. And Kiara?
12.
12. Yep.
I have
Kiara.
a +1.
And Turk?
15.
I need you to go ahead and roll another initiative for me, Turk.
11.
11.
I'm not adding my +3, I'm guessing, just natural die.
Turk, an ability that I had not told you about. Which initiative would you like, the 11 or the 15?
I would love the 15.
All right, 11 is going to go to Wolf Garin. You will do this every time Wolf Garin is on the field. You will roll 2 initiatives and assign them to.
Excellent.
Okay. For first up, we have Turk. Turk, this creature is currently in the fire, but as Crystal casts this spell, her words ringing out and echoing across the air. Hello, Geek Unleashed. Stream is going great. Thank you guys for tuning in. New campaign. We're just getting started. As these words are unleashed forth from Crystal and this blast of energy flies outward, Turk, you notice this creature turn its head away from the fire, its mandibles clicking and making that odd echoing sound as it turns its eyes toward her.
I'm going to take out the bow and shoot an arrow at it.
Give me an attack roll, please, Turk, as this thing, as you take this shot.
That'll be an 18.
18 hits, roll damage. Kiara, you are up next.
Wow, the monster didn't roll really well, did it?
He did not roll well at all, and thank you for bringing it up. I'm ashamed as your DM.
No, I just was like, whoa, I had a 12.
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark is 1d6 that I add to it? Yes.
Yes. Don't forget that Hunter's Mark.
11 points of damage.
Okay, it's not looking rough, but you're seeing these wounds hit, and they're making an impact. Kiara. I'm sorry, Turk, you doing anything with your bonus action this turn?
No bonus action. No.
Okay, maintaining Hunter's Mark. Kiara, you're up.
I am, where it's standing, is it still in the fire or no?
It is not. It is still in the fire on this turn.
Okay. In between us and it, because I'm assuming there's a little bit of space.
Yes.
I am casting Entangle.
Okay. This is a strength saving throw or a dex saving throw?
Let me see. Strength saving throw.
Oh my God. Al, why have you betrayed me? It fails. It's safe. So it is now tangled up in thorns as Kiara outstretches a hand. And
we paid him to curse your dice.
I knew it. You doing anything with your bonus action, Kiara?
Let me see what I can do with my bonus action. I am going to...
Absolutely, GM Cross.
I am going to use my hidden step and turn invisible.
Okay. You disappear from sight, Kiara. There is the sound, what was once the sound of like the tide coming in slowly, the sound of crashing waves on rock, the eternity that is water, turning the land and morphing it is taken out as this wolf leaps through the air, crashing down upon this creature with the force of the waves behind its back. You swear all of you in the vicinity smell salt water as it lashes its teeth around this thing's throat, ignoring the fire surrounding it. its attack lands, and it does. Oh wow! It also does 11 points of damage as you see its teeth sink into this thing and rip out its. Try to rip out its throat, causing it to scream out in pain and fear. That is its turn. Crystal.
All right. I am going to try this Chaos Bolt thing again, but this time I am using a sorcery point to empower my spell.
Okay.
2 of the dice. And I'm going to cast Chaos Bolt at a level 2.
Perfect.
So.
Give me an attack roll.
Oh, that's right. I need to attack. That is an 18 to hit.
How are you using a sorcery point to empower this?
Because I can roll. You mean like in game?
No. Like how are you? You said I'm going to use a sorcery point to.
I'm sorry. I thought I said it out loud. I did. I guess. So I'm doing empowered spell. So it's 1 sorcery point. I re-roll up to 2 of the dice.
Oh God. Okay. I hate this already. What did you get for your attack roll?
So it was an 18 to hit.
Oh no. Okay. Please go ahead and roll damage, please.
All right. So. Ooh, what do I do? Okay. So I rolled a 7 and an 8, which is actually really, really good, but I'm going to try.
You're trying for doubles.
For double.
All right, re-roll.
So I'm going to re-roll that 7, and I'm going to re-roll one of my d6.
Okay.
And it didn't work, and it actually got worse as far as my damage. So, it was worth the try.
The wild magic giveth, and it taketh away.
So it's the damage is 16 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
And it is force damage.
Okay. This thing is starting to not look so great. As it takes even more damage. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, Crystal. Let's get the initiatives of the rest of the party as you come upon this battle taking place in the forest. I need...
If it's going to end its turn in there, I need another dex save for the fire.
You got it. It's not going to... It is going to end its turn there. It's currently entangled and it's... up
on
against
fire.
Something else. It's entangled and on fire. Hang on a second.
Create bonfire.
Right.
That's a concentration, isn't it?
It is.
Ooh, is entangle a concentration?
It is. So it's not on fire.
The
It's
fire.
just entangled.
You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. Like you're just entangled.
Just entangled.
All right. Help me, Tom Cruise. Crystal, you said you got a 7 on that d20?
No, it was a. Oh gosh, I think it was a 12.
That's fine. William?
Yeah.
What was your initiative?
20.
William. That's there. Who else is joining the fight? Jay?
20.
You two roll off. Cass?
21, but I mean, I'm not.
Dang, girl! Damn, Daniel. Okay, this creature is going to make an attack against the wolf in the party, but Cass, we're starting at the top of the round with you, and then it'll go either William or William and Jay. Did you guys roll off?
Jay got a 14, William got a 10.
Jay, it goes Jay, then William. Cass, Jay, William. It makes an attack roll against Wolf Garin, and it lands. I need you to give me a con save for Wolf Garin, Turk, buddy. As it takes 5 points of damage.
Does he get pluses? I rolled an 8 on the die.
8. Do you have the information for your direwolf loaded up on your character sheet?
Let's see. Constitution's +2, so it'd be a 10.
10. He fails the save, and he is currently poisoned. As you see this thing's mandibles clack around it. Cass, the scene that you see before you is this wolf fighting with this insectoid-looking being made of shadow and darkness that is very large. But everyone seems to be gathered around it.
Cass is gonna run up and see it and stop herself and horrified and think for just a second and yell, grovel, and cast command.
Interesting. What is the save for further command?
Whiz 14.
Huh. It's immediately attracted to the sound as Cass strides forward and screams the word grovel. It's attracted to the sound, and as its head whips around to the side, it begins to click the mandibles, and it takes a step forward as if it's going to attack, and then bows its head to the ground.
Cass puts her finger down to the ground like she's saying, sit.
It is currently sitting.
And entangled.
And entangled.
And prone.
And prone.
And dead?
It is not.
Make that happen.
It is not dead.
It's worth a shot.
But it is currently groveling. It is prone there, and it is going to skip its turn as it uses its entire turn to grovel.
So this is what a happy DM looks like.
Yeah.
Not him, me.
Oh, got it. Okay, I was for a minute there.
Okay.
Happy DM William.
Ouch.
You are currently out of combat for 1 round. Are we taking off into the forest? Are we doing something else? It is now your turn. William.
Oh, it's
Jay.
Actually, Jay's turn.
Jay, it's your turn.
Hello. I'm going to turn to the group and be like, so run or kill?
You do not see me, by the way. I'm gone.
Oh, yeah.
¿Por qué no los dos?
With 2 heavy swings of my axe, I aim for the head.
There is no earthly way that this thing is going to survive with advantage in the way. So, Jay, how do you want to do this, buddy?
So the thing's just made up of shadow, right?
Yes.
I'd assume I'd cleave it in 2, and then it does its thing of shadow, whatever.
Cass using her holy magic to stop the thing in its tracks. You cleave it in 2. As you cleave it in 2, the 2 parts of it fall to the ground.
Now there's 2 of them.
And begin to reform into 2 separate beasts.
And then in my best impersonation of Gandalf, I'll turn to the party and say, run!
Fly, you fools! All of you begin to race through the forest as fast as you can, running back to where the Sylvan people were gathered. It takes a little bit of time, but you manage to outpace this creature, which is running forward. Standing at the outer edge of this space is the lady. She outstretches her hand, but does not cross the boundaries of where you are running towards, and begins to channel energy into this ball. Do you hand over the heart to her?
Absolutely. I appear out of nowhere and I hand it to her.
She's frightened for a second, but then takes the heart and begins to walk over to where that circle was that was dispelled, and begins to trace magical energies into the area, and begins to cast. Are we just going to let her cast and hope for the best? Are we on a high alert?
I'm watching the woods. I'm watching the forest.
Yep.
For any sight of the creature.
All right.
Arrow drawn.
Cass?
Wouldn't recognize arcane magic.
You can make an Arcana check if you would like.
Probably would try, but probably
Okay.
poorly at it. 10.
10. How about this? Give me an insight, Cass.
15.
She sounds angry as she cast. Jay, what are you doing?
Thinking that she's just planning on dispelling this thing, he's going to interpose himself between
Standing at the guard.
Exactly.
William.
I will definitely take an insight check.
Okay.
Okay. And that is 1827.
She's pissed, William. You're not sure if she's trying to dispel this thing or do something else.
If Cass is anywhere near William, she's gonna just mutter to herself, "Wow, she sounds mad."
Having spent some intimate time with the captain, was there anything... Could I put that possibly he may have killed a Fae?
You could you could think you're hypothesizing now. He didn't have like a mounted Fae above the fireplace or anything like that, but like you could.
That maybe that's where he took his power from.
You could assume. Crystal.
Gosh, we spent all this time to get it here. I'm holding. Can I just insight check her?
I would say with Kiara whispering,
I know from him.
With Cass and William whispering, you know that as they bring it up, she does sound angry. You don't know if it's just the intensity of the spell or what is going on.
Could I at least say out loud that the captain's dead?
I would let someone else say that as you.
I'll say to her because I don't want to stop what she's doing. I'll say. The captain is dead. What are you doing?
You don't know this, Crystal.
Yeah, you were.
I don't know. He said, "Oh crap! I was in the back, not in the front." I'm just gonna say, "What are you doing then?"
Fixing a mistake. Kiara.
There's something I want to do, but kind of. What
you want to do?
I don't. I do, but I don't.
Yeah, whispers. Live your truth.
No idea.
Kiara, I'm gonna sweeten the deal a little bit. Your side begins to hum.
Oh, son of a gun! It's the sword. Is it a hum that makes me want to unwield it? Like, is it?
It
like
does.
Okay. I have to listen to the magic. I'm going to unsheath the sword.
Time will stop for a brief second in the clearing. Jay and Turk, you are posed to anticipate as a figure will walk into the clearing. It is a man with a long white beard. He's dressed as a paladin would with a halberd. You see the arcane energy surrounding the ball frozen in time. As a man walks forward to where you all are and nods.
Now, are we frozen?
You are not. It is hard to make decisions.
Is it Gary?
It is Gary.
Okay.
It's hard to make decisions. A king must make the hard decisions. You either trust people or you don't. And there are some decisions that are never truly good or truly bad. But I trust you. I trust each and every one of you. No matter what happens, no matter what you decide, I'm happy that the choice was yours. Because you're my heroes. Each and every one of you. You're mine. Hello, William.
It's good to see you again.
You too, son.
Miss you.
I miss you too. And time will restart. Kiara, you still have your action.
You know what? Hearing his words, I am going to conjure animals.
Okay.
And I am going to conjure I'm sorry. I'm going to conjure 8 swarms of bats to make a ton of noise in this forest and run the shadow beast ragged and keep it away so that she can finish the spell.
All right. The shadow beast enters into the clearing, the bats scattering to the winds. As they do, and the bats begin to scatter and move about the space, the shadow beast is sufficiently distracted as the spell kicks off. The ball begins to float outside of her outstretched hands, entering into the sky and illuminating the night sky for a brief second. The fairy ring outlined by the Fey people, engulfing the entire town for a brief second. And then it is gone.
The light?
The town or the ring?
The light is gone. The ball slowly descends back into her hands, and she smiles. It is done. It is done.
What is done, my lady?
They are safe. Each one of them. They are safe.
How?
They are of the Fae. They will understand who we are. And they will no longer persecute us. Because they will be of us. They understand. Their appearance has not changed. It will not be for many generations. But their children will come to understand the magic inherent in their bloodline.
You've turned them Fey.
Just parts of them. Just Fey touched.
I take it you'll be staying then.
Of course. They will need direction. Some of them will seek guidance and choose to embrace even now. This is a good day. We do not need to go with you.
And the monster.
The monster will not hurt them. And over time, with our collective magics, we will be able to tame him or send him back to the Feywilds.
Will you stay in the woods, or will you become part of their society?
No, we do not belong as part of that society.
Well, then I should let you know the governor's home was full of magical items that I don't think they are ready for.
We shall take them back and return them back to their proper place.
Cass is gonna dig in her pocket and pull out the glass sphere that she picked up earlier. Just hold it out. I don't know what this is. I can't really tell if it's magic or not, but here.
She puts her hand up. It does not wish to go with me. Fate has led you to it. Keep those and the cool slippies.
I know, you're jelly.
And the bow. It does not belong here. Thank you. Be proud of what you've done.
What's your name?
Lady Alodrin.
I'm Cass. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Cass.
We need to go, guys.
You head back. Some of you with prizes, heading back to the small boat. Wolfgarin walks with a bit of a limp, but stands happily at your side and muscles through the pain. Cass returns with her small spirit of intellect encased in the glass sphere, a remembrance of her time here. William returns with his bunny slippies that are super cool and rad. And Jay, do you continue to hold on to the bow and arrow?
I turn to Turk and hold it out to him. I don't know how to use this.
I reach out my hand for it.
You are currently in possession of a bow. The bow is of fine craftsmanship, greens and browns. And you see it is signed.
And can I decipher the signature?
Yes. It reads Robin of Locksley.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I might be able to put this to good use.
It's yours, buddy.
Tight.
You make your way over to a boat, awaiting your return back to the island. Inside the small boat are 6 individual slices of cake on small plates for your return trip back to the Lost Isle.
What kind of cake?
Birthday cake.
Organic carrot cake.
With bourbon frosting?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The trip back is a little cold, but you find yourselves journeying in the waters. Kiara, would you like to do anything?
Before we would have left, I would have went to. I would have given some flowers to the kids because we completed what we did. I want to give them Alstramera, which means prosperity and friendship, and I want to give them to both the children before we leave, and find an interesting-looking small stone or pebble.
I think you're able to find one. Before you leave, let's do this. As you're making your way towards the shore and all of you are getting in the boat, Kiara, this happens on the shoreline. As the little green skin boy walks up to you and he motions your head down.
I would go down.
He whispers in your ear, "What's your name?"
I am Kiara.
Can I have it?
For now.
Okay. Okay. He kisses you on the cheek, and you make your way into the boat. A small green hand waving at you as you leave Salem behind and into the next adventure for the heroes of the Lost Isle. Concluding our Salem arc. Well done, gang.
Good job.
Welcome to level 6. You have leveled up. Our next adventure, we will have a bit of an interlude since we do not have Cass with us next weekend, our next episode. But we will do a little bit of an interlude as you make your way to the island, and we have a bit of a downtime before the island jumps again, and you find yourselves aboard a sinking Titanic. Which I am very excited about. So thank you all so much for tuning in. All the new people and the people that raided. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We cannot thank you enough. This is a brand new campaign with small, bite-sized arcs that I am... yes. So we are going to stick around, though. I am going to... do I need to type something in, Crystal?
I can do it.
You can do it.
I can do
Please stick around. There is someone that's very close to the channel, and we want to do something very nice for her. If you don't mind sticking around for just a second, we're going to go do a birthday raid for Faulty Code Gamer. And do something very sweet for her. And I think it's appropriate that we had birthday cake tonight. Gary's birthday cake finally, and are able to go and support her as well. GM Cross, it's not going to be a shopping episode. I'm stealing something from my favorite podcast, The Adventure Zone, and we are going to do a fantasy gashapon. Each of you will be
pay me like one of his pretty girls.
Each of you will be given a gashapon token, and you will place the token. You will place the token inside the fantasy gashapon. You will roll a die. These items have been handpicked and created for each and every one of you, and you will be able to get a item at random from the fantasy gashapon. So I'm very excited about this, and we will wait to do Cass's and open the next episode that she's able to play with her doing her pick on the fantasy gashapon. All right. So we love you all. Indigo Connect. And thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in next Thursday so you too can get lost.
And you.
And you.